Hey everyone, in this screencast we are going to set up Python on Windows 7. So as you can see, I'm at the python.org website, which is the official website of the Python programming language. This is where you can get the installer for Windows and of course other operating systems. So we'll start by going to the download page. Here you can see you can download the installer for Python 2.7.3 and Python 3.3.0. Now Python 2.7.3 is the installer for which installs the runtime for the Python 2 language, and Python 3.3.0 is the installer which installs the Python compiler and everything else that you need to run Python programs for Python 3. Here we're going to be just concerned with Python 2.7.3. The installation steps for Python 3 would also be similar. Okay, so we can, if you click on it, we'll go to a page where you can see the download options for you. You can download the sources, or you could download the MSI installers. We'll just download the MSI installer. Now depending on your operating system architecture, you'd either download the 32-bit installer or you'd download the 64-bit. Since I'm on a 64-bit Windows 7, I'm just going to download this one. So if you click on it, download will start, and once the download is complete, you can start off the installer by double clicking on it, as you'd probably do any other Windows program. I already have a copy downloaded for myself, so I'll just double click on it and select run. Here you can choose whether you want to install Python for all the users on your system or just yourself. I'll just select the second one, which is just for me. I select next. Here it shows you the default location where the Python files will be copied. So you could either choose a different location, or you could just not make any changes and go ahead with it. This is once again some of the customization options that is available for you. Like you may not choose to install documentation, or you may not choose to install a test suite, but we'll just go ahead and do the default, which is to just select whatever has been done for us. You select next, and the installer will start. So as you can see, it's a 64-bit installer, which is obviously because we downloaded the 64-bit installer. As it happens in the background, we'll just browse around the python.org website. So if you go to the documentation, you'll see the extensive documentation that Python developers and community members have made available for learning about Python. Like you have the tutorial, you have the library reference, you have a number of how-tos. Similarly, you have the same sort of documents from Python 3 as well. Okay, so the installer is still progressing. Okay, so yeah, a good place to start with, just to know about Python, would be the tutorial. Where I will find a section on the Python interpreter. Now as you can see here, we'll see shortly how we can use the interpreter. So yeah, so I think our installation is over. Yeah, okay, so as you can see, the installation is over. So click on finish now. If you go to all programs, you should see a new entry called Python 2.7. Here you will see the Python command line, so just click on it and you will see the Python interpreter, which is exactly what it's shown on the tutorial page as well. So this is called you're running the Python in interpreter in interactive mode. So whatever command you type here, Python will show the appropriate result to you. So for example, print hello world, and it will print hello world for you. Similarly, you can use the Python interpreter as a very handy calculator for yourself. For example, 1 plus 2, 2 to the power 3, bigger calculations such as 2 to the power 3 plus 2 to the power 10 plus 3 to the power 100, and as you can see, it's like it gives you a huge number. So yeah, it's quite handy as a calculator. Sometimes maybe a better substitute than the Windows calculator as well. You could also define Python functions here. For example, oops, that's just a empty print statement, and you can invoke it like this. As you can see, it does nothing because we did not have anything. Okay. So what we have done so far is we have installed Python on Windows, and we have just invoked the Python interpreter, and we have seen that we can start working with it right away. Before we end this screencast, we'll also look at two other things here. Yeah. So like I told you, when you chose the documentation option during the installation, it installed the documentation for you as well. So if you do not have internet access all the time on your computer, you could as well just access it from here. For example, you have the tutorial. It's an exact copy of what you would see on the website. So you can just begin to learn Python, just starting off, just starting to follow the tutorial from here itself. You don't even need to refer to any other resource or website. You have the Python how-tos, you have the Python setup and usage, where you have, for example, you have more details on Python on Windows here, perhaps much more than what you have covered here. So if you are keen to learn more about it, you could just go there and see. And of course, and you have a Python glossary where you can will find certain terms which may be used in the Python documentation, and here you will find the explanation for them. You can see a bit of Python history here. For example, it was created in the early 90s by Guido, and that it's open source. And if you don't know what open source means, you could obviously go to this website and find out about it. You can find the licensing, what terms Python is distributed under. You can see the copyright, and if you have learned enough Python and see that it does not do something that the way you would expect it to, you could of course go and file a bug. So that's the documentation. You'll also see another program called idle install for you, IDLE, which is the Python GUI. So this is it's a Python interactive interpreter, as well as it has few more features. For example, so it has got some nice color syntax highlighting as well for you. For example, bad typing. So once again, oops, okay. So yeah, we're not going to use much of this. In the next screencast, we're going to set up a real editor for which we are going to use Python programs. So once again, I have a syntax error. Finally we get it right. So as you can see, it gives you a syntax error. Now syntax error is just from the different kinds of errors that you will find in Python. So okay, like I said, I'm not going to delve much into using idle. This is not one of my favorites. In the next screencast, we are going to set up a real programming environment for Python. We'll be setting up an editor. First we'll check, and we'll see how to compile a Python program anywhere from the command line. Till the next screencast, I'll take your leave. See you next time.